This week, Andy Murray took the court at the Australian Open, knowing it would be his last appearance there.
A persistent hip injury didn't deter him from seeking another moment of sporting glory, even though the fairy tale ending didn't eventuate. So should we strive for greatness even when the odds are against us? Performance coach Andrew May joins us in the studio. Andrew, there would have been so many people cheering Andy Murray on, surely. But
well, he's a classic example. And you set up question, should we strive for greatness? Absolutely. But it's not just the winning or the achievement where we get the growth. Strive comes from the old French word, striver. You may have better French with your foreign experience than mine.
No,
My Dobbo Wagga Glennis Yas French, striver. But that means pushing through and overcoming challenges. And I think in today's age, PK, we've had this chat before, we got it a little bit too easy. And then I think sometimes when people fall down now, then they go, oh, it's too hard, we're going to quit. So I think that notion of pushing through challenge, we get our greatest achievements, or we get our greatest growth from the hardest things in life.
So why do you pick out Andy Murray? What's the central thing there that we can apply to our lives?
As a fellow sports nut, Andy Murray, I don't know how many majors he got through until he won through at Wimbledon. And you could see he just fell down. And even his opposition were just so happy for him. Normally you want to destroy your opposition. I think he spent a decade before he won a major. So he pushed through.
He's up against the greats and he just kept trying, didn't he? And even now, with his facing hip surgery, he still wants to be out there. Yeah.
This line that you think we've got it too easy or we don't want to strive, what do you mean?
I remember back when we were kids, and at the risk of, when I was a boy, I think we've got some footage we'll bring up. Here's a playground looking at about 70 or 80 years ago. Look at that. We've got people swinging and jumping, and I think most people in this day and age would have a field day. OH&S on that, Lisa, would be just going, my God, we can't
get a scandal, wouldn't it?
Look at this one. We're up and down. That'd be 2 stories, 3 stories.
Do we know where that is? It's not Malibu Beach, is it?
No, I think that's out near your way, PK.
That's in his backyard, actually. He's still
in Victoria.
Look at it. I love this swing. Like, you've got 15 kids on that, the one kid swinging off the rafters. So I think we are treating our kids too soft. There'll be a bit of controversy on this on the ABC sites this morning. But I think we need to say to kids, part of life, part of growing is you don't always get a ribbon for coming 10th. You have to work hard. I think we're creating a bit of a sense of entitlement and a softness by saying, look, everyone needs to be a winner.
Tie those together, though, for us, the way that we're treating our kids and the striving. And what's the gap that they need to overcome? So
the research shows, and also just personal experience shows, PK, we get our best fulfilment from pushing through the hard times. So if I said to Lisa and if I said to you, what are you most proud of?
I got over a fear of flying.
Yeah.
So that's what and that took a lot of, mind power and, you've put me on the spot. I'm revealing something quite close to me. But yeah, I was never one to sort of get a certificate for coming 10th in a race, because that didn't happen in my day. I remember when I moved to the United States and I was surprised by how many young children were told, good job. If they'd done something normal, perfectly normal.
Yeah. I see this with a lot of the companies I work with, and they go through graduate recruit programs and get a bit of tense feedback. And I'm not making a judgment against all millennials, I know some millennials, entrepreneurs, workers who are amazing, but if you haven't had any feedback or any setbacks, when you get it, you tend to crumble. As a foreign correspondent, overcoming a fear of flying, that's a big achievement. Okay?
Mine's personally probably transforming from a bit of a loose unit when I was a young bloke to becoming a coach and, father of 3. I think a good husband.
Yeah, good on you.
For me, that's, it was a transformation that I'm relatively proud of. But now I watch my boys and with my childhood in mind as well. And we're just still all learning on the job. Nothing's ever completed, is it?
I feel like I'm really on the couch with this one.
Oh, that's the point.
It's like
I flipped it,
time.
But it's interesting, isn't it? When you think about that, that's the moments that we had to really push through. And I think in my life as well, it's when I've really been, in turmoil, in trouble, and you get through, you're actually really proud of that. And that's the notion of strive. That's one of my favourite words. And for people watching this, if you are going through a relationship breakdown or some health challenges or redundancy or financial challenges, you're not going to wake up and go, great, that guy on ABC said we get growth out of this. When you're in the middle of that, it's really tough. But just know getting through that hard time can actually lead to growth and a whole rewiring. We look at the neurocircuitry on this. Our brain changes the most under pressure. So a little bit of pressure, a bit of challenge is good.
Andrew May, thanks for coming in and sharing all that with us.
Thank you.